Hey guys, if you want to know how to get this soft natural smoky eye with a bold ombre lip, then you should keep watching this video. It is now night time, that's why I've got my ring light sitting in front of me and it looks pretty intense because my mirror light decided to not work anymore. So when I switch to the start of this video, it will be a lot brighter because it was actually mid-afternoon. Today I am going to be teaching you how to do a really dark ombre lip. So an ombre lip is where two colours fade together and it creates like a really good defined look on your lips. So that is what we're going to be doing today. So I'm going to start off with my base. I might do most of it off camera purely because it's exactly the same. I do my base the same every day. But I am using new primers. This is the BYS Foundation Primer Hydrating. So it feels really different on the skin, quite oily, but I like it. It seems to make my foundation stick pretty good. And then I go in with a little bit of the Color Correction Foundation Primer. This one's been lasting a lot longer. You have to shake it a little bit. But yeah, I just put that all over my redness and blemishes. As you can see on the corner of my lip, I've got a pretty nasty pimple there. So I just get the tiniest little bit, rub it in between my fingers. It has like a weird formula, I don't know if you can see that. But it does do the job, so I just dot it all over my redness and rub it over that. My cheeks are the reddest part of my face, so I always do a little bit in there. Now it looks like my brows are done. They're not. I got them tinted, so pretty excited about the fact that I don't have to do my brows for the next couple of weeks. So then I'm just going to take my matte foundation in Sand Beige by BYS. Now because my eyebrows are tinted, normally I would just go over them with the foundation, but I've actually been really carefully framing them purely because I don't want foundation to get into them. So I'm just going to show you this bit. So I'm really carefully going around my brows so that I don't cover them with foundation. Okay, so that is my foundation. Now I haven't really been using concealer much because I've been doing my makeup mainly for work. I've only been using concealer really where it's needed, so usually just on my blemishes I'll put a little bit and just in the corners of my eyes because that seems to be where they're darkest, so I just put a little bit there. And this is the same Sand Beige Concealer Stick Duo by BYS. When you do have blemishes, yes, it's good to put a bit of makeup on and make you feel a bit more confident about it. But make sure that you really clean your skin after. I'm going to take my QVS powder brush and dip into the loose powder by BYS in the shade Light. If you find that you can't get them out, either tap it on the desk, I'm not going to do that because it's really loud, or just knock on it and it'll get some powder into the little dish. So now you've got a nice amount of powder there that you can dip into. I just like that. Now you get a lot, so I always tap off the excess. I've changed my powder routine, so now all I do is set under my eyes with the loose powder. I would definitely recommend you guys getting like a little hand mirror to use, purely because they work a lot better than a far away mirror and you don't have to keep leaning forward to, you know, get closer to the mirror. Alright, so to set the rest of my face, I've been using a powder foundation. This is the All Day Wear Press Powder Flawless Coverage Natural Beige Powder Foundation. So it just looks like that. It's just a little pressed powder. I got this out of one of the loose powders because I don't actually have a powder puff. So I just get a little bit and then I just start tapping it around my face. As you can see, it's a little bit dark for me, but I do like the tanned look instead of bronzing, so I've just been using this instead of bronzer and tanning up my face. And because I usually wear clothes that are a little bit higher up on my body and powder all over me, God, I'm a grub. Yeah, usually I wear clothes that are a little bit higher up, especially since I work most of the time. My neck, I cover my neck completely down to the base of it. so it all matches when I wear my work clothes. But it is important to find your own colour. I kind of just go with what I can. It's not very good and not very... It's kind of stupid, but that's what I do. Usually on my eyelids as well, just to make them match as well. It is always best to go in with moderation when it comes to makeup instead of going in too hard, too quick, and then not being able to fix it later. So yeah, that is my advice to you. Go in really sparingly. I'm just going to go ahead and apply some blush, maybe a bit of contour. If you don't know any contouring tricks, watch my second video, the smoky eye tutorial, and that's got some contouring in it too. Today is mainly about the eyes and the lips, so I'm going to cut out most of the base stuff purely because it'll save a bit of time and won't be an inconvenience to you guys to watch the same stuff all the time. Just in case you guys are wondering, I will be going in with my contour palette by BYS. And I always use this one, the ashier tone one, purely because an ash coloured contour will bring out the natural shadows. None of the stuff that I do, you have to do. If you like the way that your makeup looks and you feel flawless and really, really confident in everything, then you go for it. Like, honestly, there is nothing wrong with the way that you do your makeup. If you feel that you look beautiful and you feel confident and you think that you look flawless, then I'm not gonna judge you, and anyone who doesn't deserve you in their life anyway. Actually I might tone it down on my cheeks as well, just because it's a darker highlight. It kind of makes me look a little bit orange. Probably shouldn't have used that shade, but we live and we learn. See, look. I know a lot of you look up to me as an influencer, and that's great, and I am really happy that you do, and I am happy to be here to help you with a few tips and tricks and stuff. But I'm not a professional. I make mistakes. I am still learning too. I'm going to do like a natural smoky eye, so lots of browns and all that sort of stuff. So I'm going to use a few of my BYS palettes for that. I'm sorry if you guys lost interest in my last video because I promised that I'd be makeup on a budget and I went real bougie real quick. But I was really excited to try those palettes purely because they are the first amount of expensive makeup I've ever got. Just to set the eyelids a little bit more, I'm going to go into my BYS matte palette and dip into taupe here, which is this shade right here, and just dust that all over my eyelids. I will be using my Dominque's Cosmetics palettes for the mirror, but that's it, because they're really good mirrors. So I'm just going to dust that all over the eyelid like so. Nothing stuck over here. I have like 6 palettes in front of me here and not a very big makeup desk, so yeah, it's getting a little crowded up in here. Now I think I'm going to dip into the shade Fearless, which is this cool tone brown there, and just dust that in the crease, but I'm going to go to a different brush, 227 by Zoeva. So I'm going to dip into Fearless, that warm tone, cool tone brown, and just start dusting that all over my eyelid and up to my brow. Now your transition shade, it does not have to be like super duper light, it can be pretty intense as you can see here. Okay, so that's my transition shade down, and then I'm gonna dip into Chocolate. This shade right here, it's more of a warm tone brown, and put that through the crease. I won't be bringing it up as far as I did with Fearless, but it will be something. I'll bring it up a little bit just to add a bit more definition and add more room for more shadows later on. So just in the crease, and bring it up a little bit, and then I'll switch brushes because this one's very fluffy as you can see, so it doesn't really allow for much definition, like really precise definition. And now I'm gonna go to my favorite, my 230, the little pencil brush, and dip into Espresso, which is literally directly next to it. So that's Intrigue. No, that's Espresso, sorry. The one next to it is Intrigue. I'm just gonna bring that in to here. just to really create a nice defined line. The lighting on my mirror broke, so I try and do it in the day because like that's all I get, not much at all. I get like really dull lighting around my mirror, so that's why it's getting a bit dark in here, because I'm trying to do it right before the sun goes down, which is pretty stupid if you ask me, but that's okay. We'll work with it, we'll figure out something. Okay, so that's my eye defined. Like I said, very soft smoky eye. I've got a little bit of fallout here. I'm just going to go back in with this beauty blender with the concealer and just pat that down so that it's not as intense. And it's pretty much gone now. Yeah. Okay, so I had a little bit of fallout in here, so I've just tapped it with a little bit of concealer, and now I'm going to go back in with that first transition shade taupe and just dust it over that so that it doesn't look so white. But yeah, I'm going to go back into that pencil and just add a little bit of that espresso on my lower lash line just for some definition, but because I'm going for a very dark lip, I'm going to keep my eyes pretty neutral. Now for the lid colour, I'm going to go into my Nude 3, so that's this one here. So it's got the metallic shades in there too. I think I might dip into the shade Bronze, which is the second one, so that's a nice golden shimmer in there. I will be putting that on my lid, all over, the whole lid, because I haven't really done much on the outer corner or anything, so just all the way across the lid just to add some nice shimmer and all that sort of stuff. So that's the lid done. Alright, so what I'm going to do is go back into the highlighting palette just to get some highlight going on my inner corner, and I'll dip into the outer shade Golden because I've got a goldy brownie look going on today, so I think this one will work really well, and just dab that one on a angled concealer brush by BYS, and the other one was just a concealer brush by BYS to put on my lid to make it pop. I'm going to do my other eye off camera and I'll be right back to start the lips. Alrighty, so now that that's done, I will be just going over the edges just to blend them out a little bit. Woo, hello guys. So now that that's all blended and everything, I'm quickly going to go and throw on some mascara. I've actually been using the BYS Mirac Alters? I don't know. But that's what the bottle looks like. So any Cosmetics Plus in your area, you will be able to find these. You should be able to order them online, I'm not sure. Just give it a search. See if you can find BYS. So I'll be right back after I finish my mascara. Okay, so now that I have my lashes on, now it is time to get to the exciting bit, the lips. So for this look, I am going to be using the Dominatrix by Jeffree, so it's like a brown colour mixed with Posh Spice, which is like a purpley colour. So I posted a picture of this on my Instagram and my Facebook page, Bexx Beauty, and I had a few people tell me that they wanted to see this look recreated, so I do this all the time. It's just a fun thing that I do. So what I do is I get the applicator and I just start by lining my lips with it. I don't go in the middle or anything, just line the lips. The middle bit doesn't really matter if it's messy. I know I look really weird right now, but in the middle bit where most of your lips are, it doesn't matter if it's a bit messy because you're going to cover that over anyway, but try and get a really precise line on the outer bit of your lips. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, if you can hear any noises, that's my dog out the back there. He's not happy that he can't get in here with me. So yeah, I'm going to go and do my top lips. I struggle with my top lips, so you're just going to have to figure out which way the applicator goes, because you can use backwards, forwards, that sort of stuff. I don't know if you can see that. That's a bit better. So you can use it backwards, or forwards on your lips, it doesn't matter, it's still just as pigmented, but it just depends on which way the applicator works for your lips. So again, just lining the top lip as well. Okay, so that's my lips lined. Now the next step is to fill in the outer corners only with the darker lipstick. So again, with a little bit more product, just the outer corners. So just like that. So now what I'm going to do is get the lighter shade and fill in the blanks. So into Posh Spice. Okay, so now that my middle bit of my lips is filled, this is so easy to do, it's not funny. What I will do is just this. Just like that. And then I will get a little different shaped sponge like that and just tap the outer corner so it's not such a harsh edge. Just like so. So that is what your lips will look like. Now what I usually do again is I just get a tiny little bit of the darker shade and I go back over the line just in case I've stuffed it up a little bit, which I have. I can see that there's nothing on the top there. So with the tiniest little bit, I'll just go back over that. And on the bottom as well. It might take a couple of times for you to build it up to where you want it. To keep the colours there, I'll just use the beauty sponge just to tap it all in. Okay, now I'm going to go back in with Posh Spice again. See how I'm going very much in the middle now? I'm not moving it much at all. Now, because there's dark stuff on that side, I'm going to go onto the other side and pat that into the Dominatrix shade. And then just to finish off, just smack your lips together again. And that is an ombre lip. Now the next step is completely up to you. I like a matte ombre lip, but if you like the shininess of a gloss or whatever, then wait until it dries down and then put some gloss on. Then setting spray, this is my Natural Finish Makeup Setting Spray by BYS, and just give yourself a good spritz. Whew. It's my favourite bit, it feels so refreshing on my skin when I do that. Well, that is the completed look, guys. It is natural on the eyes, very bold on the lips. The highlight isn't blinding, it's just giving me a little bit of enhancement, so I'm just going to fix my hair up. And that is how I would go out. I'll bring this light a little bit closer so you can see it. So that is how I would go out. If you really like this content, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the little notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a video. Thank you for watching, it really means a lot as this is my passion and I am just so glad that I get to share it with you guys. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!